Warning, 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 warning. This is a emergency broadcast. Code Red, Code Red, Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Broadcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Broadcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 201.
That's right.
And here we have the puppet.
The puppet
is yes, I think.
Oh, our guest for tonight.
For tonight.
Yes, of course. Oh, we have a special guest on the line who has returned to the show.
Turn to the show.
You may remember him. Who do we have, Uncle?
Puppet.
Yes, of course. Sef the Poet.
Sef the Poet. The Poet. I can't give him that.
Yes, yes.
Welcome back, Sef.
Back.
Great to have you back, man. Great to have you back.
Yeah.
There's no other place I would rather be on a Friday night.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, bro. I've been busy, watching this event.
Uncle has been busy. There's been a lot of current events going on. He's all wrapped up.
Wrapped up with this.
Fill me in. What curry?
Finally going to get rid of this president that we have in the White House. But the man said patience, and I'm patient.
You got to wait for it, Uncle. You can't be premature on this.
Well, I know it's going to happen.
Yes.
But I know it's going to happen because it's showing on the walls.
It seems to be. It seems to be.
Your state is doing the job too.
Yeah. We should say that. We should say that my state is also Sef's state. You are a Pennsylvania native too, aren't you, Sef?
You are, Sef?
Yes. Yes.
Oh. Well,
yes.
Both of you. And both
Philadelphia
states.
That's right. We've been talking a lot in the first hour about Pennsylvania. Philadelphia obviously came up, so it's great to have another Pennsylvania native on the line tonight.
Yeah.
Couldn't be happier.
Of all these people that... Oh, go ahead.
Well, what was that, Sef?
No, I was saying, like, it's really, like, kind of showing on the news, like, popularity in Pennsylvania with the polls and all.
I know.
It's just good to be from there,
They got them people.
How is that going anyway, Uncle? The polls and all.
It's picking up the president except ahead of him. The president now is ahead of him.
Biden is. Yeah. He is leading in Pennsylvania
by quite a bit amount.
Yeah, his lead keeps getting stronger and stronger.
Every time one comes up, his moves up.
Yes.
I mean, it's just like they're saying. It's just like how they're saying it. Or the Philadelphia
area,
all around it.
Yes.
But they kept showing from the last year that how it went down.
Oh yeah.
Because Clinton was running, but now
yes.
He has more of the idea of what to do.
He's got the idea. He's running with it. It's in his head.
It's pulling for the people to let the system work. He keeps saying too.
He keeps telling them that.
He kept it going, keep it going. So
it's made it this far.
No problem to rush it or anything.
No.
But from the president we have now, what a different he sounds. He's completely sane. I think it's got to his head, this presidency thing.
You're talking about Donald Trump.
Trump.
It's gone to his head a bit.
I think it has. I really do.
Yeah. It might not have been.
How do you feel about it?
I feel like if he became, but I don't think he's going to now. But if he became another 4 years, we're going to be a Hitler country. Hey, Hitler! Say hey! We're going to be doing like this. Hey! Just like her wife said. Hey! I mean, we're gonna be doing this kind of stuff. Putting our hands up.
We'd be goose stepping down the street.
Down the street doing them thing and then having a walk going.
Straight leg.
I have a feeling we'd be doing that.
Oh yeah.
I really do.
Hey, why not?
You're laughing, but I think that's what would happen.
It has a real visual impact doing that sort of thing.
In fact, it would be like that, but once I know that's not good.
Now, Sef, you're back on the show. Sef the Poet. Listeners of the show will remember him. He's a coworker of mine. He is a spoken word artist. He's a rapper. He is. I mean, what else are you, Sef? Why don't you just reintroduce yourself for the audience, for those of them out there that might not know you?
Quick reminder, he battled me to a tie also.
Yeah. There's a battle rap between Chuck and Sef.
That was a long time. Like, how you put it, kind of maturated since the last time. A lot has happened.
Yes.
That was fun. That was so much fun. Like, I enjoyed it. My family enjoyed it. They were listening in, and it was a great time. I think it should be like a round 2 one of these days. Like, yeah. But to introduce myself, I'm a reintroduce myself. I'm a poet. I do spoken word poetry. I rap. First and foremost, I'm a man of God. Right now I'm in school to be an evangelist. So, I travel a lot and I share, the good news. I share just hope and light into the world right now, especially in these times of COVID. You need to be positive. And my main thing is just spreading positivity through the workplace, through the world, wherever I go. I just want to touch people and let them know that right now we're going through a time where we're going to get through it. Like, a lot of things seems like everything is shutting down, but to me, love never shuts down. You can't shut the doors of love. You can't shut the doors of giving someone hope. You can't shut the doors of encouragement. So that's my main thing now, is just I've been traveling a lot and out in the homeless community and just sharing, food for thought, food for thought and love. So nice. That's what Sef the Poet's all about. Just spreading positivity, letting people know that there is hope with everything that's going on in the world. There is hope. We will get through these times. Yeah. Even though it looks bad, we will get through these times. So that's just me in a nutshell. It's all about love.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that is you in a nutshell, man. Every time I see you, you got that. I mean, you're always happy. Every time I see you, like, you're not upset. You look like you're just having like the best day of your life. You could be doing something where clearly you're not having the best day of your life, but nothing's stopping you. You know what I mean? Like, every time I see you, that's how it is. So it's always cool. And I know that you've been saying for a long time now, like, oh man, and if I come, because we've been planning this, like, when I come back on the show, it's going to be different. And you've been alluding to all these changes and things are different. And why? How about go on about that? Like, what is different? What's going on here? I want to hear more about this.
To me, the difference to me is, like, I write a lot. Like, I'm talking like every day I'm writing something new. But now it's like I'm writing without a pen. Like, I can write in my head and I can deliver it to people. And it's like that I wasn't really able to do too much last time. And I believe now I have more, the gift kind of like enlightened. It kind of like evolutionized, if I could say. Like, to where, I don't know, I kind of like I would say, take what I've written, and I can just bring it through me without a pen. And I believe that's a gift in itself. Like, just kind of like right now, like, think about it. We're in 2020. You want to be able to see, but there is still vision if you really see past the physical. If we look past the physical, what's going on right now, we can see that things are going to turn around. Like, it's showing right now with the election, just looking past the election. What are we really focusing our eyes on? We just need to make sure we focus on the future, not seeing what's going on right now, but seeing past that. And I don't know, I kind of speak a lot about that because to me, I'm happy, because I'm breathing, I'm alive. We all have another day to live, so we have another day to make a difference for somebody else and for ourselves. So that kind of like, I don't know, that's my motor now. Like my motor is, you have another day, you have another opportunity to make a difference for somebody else and yourself. And that's, to me, that feels like I've grown in those areas. Like now I can say to people, you know, like 2020 right now, the way things look can be blurry. But if we look through the eyes of the future, things are clear. Because the future is more near than we think. When we really think about things and look at it from a different aspect, we got another chance to choose a different president. But who are we all like voting? You know, are we coming together? Are we doing the right things to make a difference? You know, and overall things are going to change. You know, we've seen a lot happen in 2020 that we've never seen in our lifetime, but I believe things are getting better. Things are going to get better going into 2021. And I just try my best to speak about it and write about it and share it with the world more.
Well, that's about right. That's exactly the words I would be putting down.
You feeling the same way, Uncle?
Same way he's saying it. He's saying the right proper words of what I just heard, of course, to the represent. Just had a talk that he just talked. He said it more like that.
That's the way you say it. That's how it's done.
Say it. The way to talk to a president that talks to the nation.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
It's
the way.
A little positivity from the president every now and again.
Now and then. Right.
Would be a little bit a nice change.
A nice change. But of what I've heard with him saying. What he just said tonight.
Now you're talking about Biden, right, Uncle?
Yeah, right. But
so,
I mean, he has the same idea because his whole family had this problem. Biden did.
Biden's family.
Okay. And he knows what's going on in the world.
Yes.
And this is exactly what's happening here. What he just said.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's more like the same in a way.
Well, yeah. I mean, Biden is from Scranton, so he's Pennsylvania too. So
yeah, he is.
Wow,
he's a PA guy. His rallies in Pennsylvania there toward the end of the campaign was he just came up to the podium in Pennsylvania and he said, "I'm from Scranton," and then he walked off and that was it. That was the whole speech. And everybody's like, "Yeah!" And that's all he had to say. Yeah. I mean, it was over. And then you can see what happened. He took Pennsylvania, or he appears to be now. He's getting more votes as they're tallied, but they're coming in.
Yeah, coming in.
He's from Scranton. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Sef?
That's his own hometown.
Yes.
Most likely.
But no, you know what I'm learning more? You know what I'm learning more is to, you know, we all voted. Everyone voted for the most part. All we could do now is just pray and just know what the outcome is going to be. That's my outlook on it. Like the way the outlook is, the outcome is going to be, it's going to be either for the better or for the worse. And I believe it's going to be for the better. You know, that's all we can do, you know, and make sure, you know, that the public accepts whatever happens, you know, because they're not in that authority, but they need to respect the authority. That's what I believe. You know, I don't know if you agree with that, Uncle, but
I do.
All we can do is just
agree with that because
that's what happened.
Now that I've been watching all this, I see a point of voting. I see a point. Get up off the couches and go vote. Why people are saying all of it? It's the reason to listen. They gave you the right to go vote, so go to vote. Mail in if you have to now because of what's happening. Mail in stuff. Now, I agree with the mailing and stuff because there was no way I would go in person with what's happening now. I wouldn't have even gone close to that.
Wait.
To send the mail in for the voting.
So you're saying avoiding the polls in person was the wise choice to make? That's what you're saying, right?
Wise to check.
Like stay away from them, right?
Just like that vice president that's going to be president said in his speech.
Well, it might have been wise. You know, Sef, this is very interesting. Today, one of our coworkers was telling me, because she had volunteered at the polls, she said what she described as Proud Boys or Boogaloo Boys just kind of hanging around the polls, like just trying to act intimidating for quite some time. I was like, oh, wow, that was really fascinating. Wow. Yeah, they were just hanging out, you know, acting like tough guys, I guess. And so I guess that's something that happened. I don't know if you've heard that story, but yeah, that I was fascinated to hear that. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's really crazy.
Today?
Yeah. That was today at work. She told me that story. It's like, okay.
We in
off
this
the subject, I got a question. Off the subject. Is the sword shop still open?
sword shop. That's a good question. We haven't been out, so I don't know.
The Tyler Galleria is open for business. I mean, you can walk right in that place. It's a festival of American commerce. I mean, things have never been better.
What's your only destination is the sword shop?
I do believe the sword shop is open again, and they have multiple locations. Of course,
open again.
Yeah. I believe so. Yes, because
I haven't heard.
Well, I follow them on Instagram, Pure Blades, and they said that they're open, and I think most of their other locations are open too.
Well, until this gets on with this COVID, I'm not gonna go move.
Yeah, we gotta stay away from the sword shop for now.
We gotta stay away from it for now.
Yeah.
But I do want them to do a live show.
We do. I'm thinking maybe, Sef, we're gonna have to go in there with you. I think you're gonna have to come with us when we go in there.
We're gonna have to chop it up in the sword shop. We're gonna chop it up in the sword shop.
When this COVID gets better and stuff, I think that's what I'm aiming to do. I think if you want to join us, you're welcome to join us.
Yeah, I mean, we could pitch a full event to them. Like, look,
I know they would go for it too.
Yeah,
I know they'd go for it because when we went into it in there one time, they said, "Sure."
They have been very receptive to us in the small amounts of communication I've had with them. Yeah. They know that we follow them on Instagram, and they're happy about that. I can say that. We talked to the assistant manager once. Haven't talked to the owner yet, but I feel like when we go there, we'll be warmly received. I don't know what we'll be able to get out of it, but I feel like if we pitched a live podcast featuring, Uncle doing his thing, and then maybe also Sef the Poet doing some spoken word at it, they might be into it. I don't know. I mean, it's a sword shop. They're open to interesting ideas, I feel like.
Good.
Sef, go on. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you, Sef.
No, I'm trying to think, how do they shop in the sword shop with everybody having to touch everything?
I don't know what their rules are. Because I don't even know on a regular day if they really let you touch the swords. You know what I mean?
First of all, you have these knives in there.
Oh yeah.
You can't even go near, and the only swords they have is what's up on the wall,
which is quite a lot.
And that's a lot of swords. But trying to touch them, I wouldn't think they let you touch it because of what's happening now.
Yeah,
and stuff. But still, I don't think it would be.
What if you want to test one out? Like
unless you want to buy one, of course.
No talking at the dinner.
Those are good questions, Sef. I wonder myself about their rules, about the handling of the swords, and you know what?
I have one.
We went in there before COVID, Uncle. Before. That time we went in before, and they were. I want to say somebody was testing out a stun gun, one of those electrical things. I heard the loud electrical buzzing from it because they had it on them, So things get a little crazy in there, I guess. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they keep a handle on that. But they must have some sort of security protocol. I have no idea what it is.
I'm talking about the man here, man. You wouldn't just walk in there, touch something.
No.
Expect.
Yeah.
To be honest, honest, I just want my own personal set of katana blades. I don't know how I'm gonna get access to them, but I just want to go in there and I just want to buy myself a set of katana blades just to hang up on my wall.
I know.
That's what I want.
Those
I know.
good things, you mean?
They have them. They have the katana blades
The
in there.
katana blades, the one that go flip.
No, you're
the ones that go knocking on your head.
This is like a full sword. Yeah, it's a full sword. It's like a samurai sword kind of.
Oh, the samurais.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good ones. I like them.
2 of them. 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that it would be great to just have that or some sort of sword from the sword wall, and then buy it and then build a nice podcast studio here and just have it on the wall.
I would say that's quite a bit of money though for them.
I know.
I mean, I know the prices. You look at the prices of them. I said, you'll think twice about, should we buy one?
Oh yeah,
I
well,
mean, look the price. I was looking at the prices at them. I mean,
now,
I liked one of those kind of knives myself.
I want 2. I want to get 2.
I wanted to get this nice pocket knife. The nice pocket knife is in the
it's
glass
a very
drawer
good
there,
knife. It's a very good knife.
But it was more money than I can afford.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy.
So how much you thinking one katana blade to be? Probably about what, $300-$400, something like that.
I'm thinking it must be. I'm thinking
4 or 5.
Yeah, I think so.
Go more than 5.
Yeah. Well, we got to find out.
Well, it's a nice birthday gift for myself. That's
that'd be that'd be a birthday gift for you.
Oh yeah,
if
absolutely.
you wanted a birthday gift, there's where to go.
We're gonna. Well, I mean, the sword shop is an important place to all of us, and we're gonna get in there, and things are gonna get better, as Sef is saying, and we'll be able to shop for swords like we usually do. You know, none of this unprecedented times where things are all crazy and we don't go sword shopping every other day like we usually do.
It's back in
there. Get back to reality, get back to normalcy.
We can go out. I mean, this has been like
staying
home.
Real soon.
People, I'm sure people are getting exactly tired of staying home, of course, but this is the way it is.
Now, wait a minute. Okay, Sef, could I throw a challenge real quick in that? Would you be able to quickly improvise a rap or a poem or a spoken word about coming out of these times where we've been in lockdown, so to speak?
Yeah.
And coming out back into the world that we want, where we have more freedom again, or whatever we want to say, whatever. How you tell us how you say it. I want to hear how you say this stuff. Could you do a little impromptu piece?
How would I see it? I would see it as dark rooms are open to clear skies. Masks are taken off, and love would be the words that we ask. See, I will be able to see everyone's face, not just their eyes and the top of their head. See, love is what we will abide in, whether Trump or Biden. See, we just have to abide in love because we all casted the vote. So now are all of us going to have the hope. But I just wish that right now that I know we're going to be able to come closer than 6 feet. Because today we got to live when some of us went 6 feet deep. See, so now we're coming out of this. But for us to come out of it, we had to first go into it. So now the things that we didn't get into yet, we're going to be able to go into it. See, now when we walk out, that's like me walking out my door right now, and I'm looking up and I can still see the sun, yet others see the moon. See, that's like me walking outside and it's cold like December, but I'm in a hot day in June. But things are going to change. Things are going to get rearranged like a room that has chairs everywhere and one table. See, because I believe by the one that made us, he is able. So that's what wakes us up every day. See, every breath that we take says thank you. So we're going to come through this COVID. We're going to come through this virus See, our irises are going to be able to see clear skies and better days. See, we're going to be able to have better jobs, and unemployment turns into employment, and coming home comes from deployment. But now we're going to be able to serve, but serve each other. And that's what I see.
What do you say about that, Uncle?
That's very good.
Very good.
Very good.
You feel better now about our situation?
I do.
Good. I feel better already, yeah. Very good, Sef. Now we've got Sef the Poet with us. Now they all know. They know that he's here.
That one line. It said, love is what we should abide in, no matter Trump or Biden.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to put our ballot in.
That's right.
And the circumstances are going to be larger than we think. They're going to be better than we think, because things are turning around.
Yeah.
See, but it got to be about faith. Plus the term, we got to go about faith. That's it.
Nice. I like it. Well done, Sef. Sef the Poet is with us, of course. I mean, it's not a proper show with Sef the Poet without a bit of the spoken word there. So thank you for that, Sef. Really appreciate
You're
hearing
welcome.
that.
That was all just props. That was just walking through my apartment and just looking up at the sky right now and just being, we're all thankful. Like, I'm thankful for the podcast. I'm thankful for, being able to speak, because we all have a voice that needs to be heard, you know, so.
Yeah. I feel like I very much am in that kind of headspace too, Sef. The more that time goes on, the older I get, the each day that goes on, I try to, like, I consciously think about like how good things are for me, because they're real good for me. And I just make a point to like make note of that and just be like really thankful for that. And just, roll with that. And I'm like, okay, let's keep making things better, and just consciously be aware that that's what's happening. And I don't know. I mean, I'm very much different in attitude, I think, than you, Sef. Yeah, we're all different. We all have our own ways of going about things, but that just is so important to be able to do that and just recognize the positive sides of things. And yeah, I don't know, man. So it's just I think.
Go ahead.
No. Go on. I'm sorry. We keep going. Keep going.
One thing I've learned is that there's seasons in life. Like, as I'm learning and I'm growing in school, there's seasons. There's a season for everything. Like, there's a season for loss, and there's a season for gain. There's a season to have joy, and there's a season for pain. There's a season for rain, but then there's a season that the rainbow shows after the rain. So I believe the season that we've been going through is changing. Like, the season is changing for the better. Like, there's always an ending to something that starts another beginning. There always comes a moment for something to end, for something else to start.
Correct.
And I believe like the season's kind of shifting with the election, with everything else that's going on. That it's a different season we entering into, and this season is going to be a season of harvest. There's always a season to plant and then harvest. We could have been planted in sorrow. A lot of things happened this year bad, but the outcome is going to be good.
Yeah,
like the outcome out of 2020 is going to be good. Well, we have almost 2 months left, a month less, but it's going to be the great. I believe it's going to a greater purpose. This next year is going to be greater than 2020 was. We can't look back. We never move forward looking back. And I believe we can't look back no more. Like, now's the time to just, pick up and just go forward, like, with everything. Unemployment rate is up. Like, they were saying suicide rates are up. But I believe everything is reversing. Like, things are going to reverse. Like, jobs are going to open up. Like, people's minds are going to change as they get employment, be able to support their families. Things are coming around. These masks are going to come off soon. You know, we just got to keep believing, you know, and moving forward.
Yeah, I to be honest, Sef, I don't know if I'm optimistic in the same way that you are with all that. I want to be, I really want to be, but I don't know. My personal opinion is, even if things on paper are getting bad, and for instance, let's use the example of employment. If employment continues to go down, which I think over time it's bound to for certain reasons, technology being kind of like the main one. I think even in the midst of that, we have to reframe our view on that and reframe even our purpose of what it is we are. We're going to have to, out of just necessity at some point, because things are changing so much that our old frames of reference aren't working anymore. I think that's what so much of the frustration is about, is that we're in the middle of that.
That's such a good point. What you just said right now was such a good point, but it's the refocus. Like right now, I could speak, you know, my situation a little bit. And during this season, I would say I started to grow more in my education. Like I started to take the time to get back into school and really focus on my school, which is going to open up more doors to something else. Because I could be speaking to someone else that's on the line right now listening. And they're like, you know what do I do right now? Like this job I was at closed down. I'm unemployed. Seek employment, like seek education, because that's going to take you farther than a regular job could take you. Careers could take you a lot farther, and it's going to provide more for your family.
Yeah.
So right now could be a time where, you know, assistance, helping going back to school or something can be another door for someone to knock on. But you never know unless you knock on that door. You know, you can look down the line like, oh, I got to do 2 years. Okay, but those 2 years could change the rest of your life. You know, spend 2 years looking for a job, or spend 2 years getting into school, getting your degree, and moving on from that 2 to 4 years from now.
Yeah.
You know, and tripling or quadrupling your worth within a matter of years.
Yeah.
So it could, you know, you could use seasons to planting. You could plant in this. This could be a planting season for somebody right now to harvest in 2022. But you got to plant somewhere. You have to plant somewhere. You can't just, you know, lay dormant. We know dormant things don't move.
Yes.
Action moves.
Good point. Good point. Yeah, it's easy to fall into routine and not do that. So that's a good reminder there. What say you, Uncle?
That's true. Absolutely, perfectly true. Because the way he's saying it is exactly the point that we are coming to. That will be coming up to, trying to get this straight organized for this world. If it is, because the only thing I'll know is when he says it's time, it will be time. But until that time, we have to continue on.
Spring cleaning. You're talking about seasons. Spring cleaning. How about that?
Good. Yeah, that's good.
You like these little see, we all got some poet in us.
Yeah, because I'm a knight. I know where you're saying it.
Yeah, you don't even have to go to the sword shop, Uncle. You already have a sword. You have a knight sword.
I have a knight sword.
He does. We need to hang that on the podcast wall.
I think I might take that down.
We'll put that up. What are you talking about? We're putting that thing up on the wall.
Put that up on the wall somewhere.
We will.
Well, I'm going to wait until we move into my old room to want to do this, because I think I'm going to do that.
We're thinking about changing our podcast room up here, Seth. That's it. That's in our plans. Yeah.
And get out, be out of this closet.
Sometimes you got to move. It adds something different to it.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm bringing out it and get out of this closet. We're in this closet. No? But
you put that, and then when you put the knife up on the wall, it's going to symbolize getting sharper. You're going to get sharper every day. You know, iron says iron sharpens iron. You know?
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. You know, like right now, you know, kind of like when I get out into the communities, when we say seasons change, and it says that seasons change, your seasons so change. But this season will not be changed. It's a season, and it's time to change.
There you have it. Yeah. Now I'll just reiterate this is a live show, and if anybody wants to call in,
go ahead.
maybe ask Sef a couple questions themselves. We'd love to have that. The number is 319-527-5016. Join the call. Join the conversation. Ask Sef a question. We'd love to have you. So do call in or Skype in Charles Dotticelli. Uncle, we're live every Friday night. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I know. We're working a live show every Friday night. So I have a couple of friends I have. Well, a friend to shout out tonight.
Oh, do you want to do that right now, Uncle?
No.
Okay, we're saving it. We're saving
them too.
We're going to have shout out time here in a little bit, Seth. So get some ready in your head for when we do that. That's coming up a little later.
A little bit later.
So you're ready for that. We won't hit you out of nowhere with that one.
So
okay, no problem.
Yeah, I know you'll be ready.
We do have up to December. There's coming into that new Revolution's coming.
Yes, the New Year's Revolution. Do you know about this, Seth? Do you know about that show?
No. Fill me in.
Okay, well, Uncle has a special live 4-hour-long New Year's Eve show that we've been doing a couple years in a row. This will be the third year we've done the 4-hour live stream, and we do a video as well as the radio show. It's Uncle's New Year's Revolution, and we try to get as many people involved as possible. So obviously, we would love it if you could show up on New Year's Eve, and if not call in, maybe we could even set up a special segment. Maybe we could do like another like quick rap battle or something like that. You know, we could set something special up.
I was just about to ask you. I think it's time for a rematch.
Yeah.
Was this
Chuck
you?
on the line?
Yeah, Chuck, come in here now. We need you.
What do you need me for?
We're going to do
Chuck,
this.
Chuck, you got some material ready for next month or what?
Oh, I don't need to prepare material. I never do. It just I can flow when you're ready.
I'm just gonna show up. I'm just gonna be there, Chuck. Be ready.
That's all I'm gonna do too. I'm just going to look whenever they say show up. Let's do it. Sure.
All right. Well, this is the right attitude from everybody. Now, how about if we make this a thing?
Yeah,
We're gonna make this a thing. That wasn't these the two people we were having a contest?
Yes, previously on the show, Sef and Chuck had a spoken word battle, and they went back and forth, and we had the audience in a Twitter poll say who the winner was.
That's right.
And so that was a good time.
Yeah,
so
we can do that again if you want.
Yeah, it was initially, it came back as a tie.
Was it?
It came back as a tie the first time around. Yeah, it's like, oh man, like
Nobody
the Twitter.
won then.
Well, essentially, yes. And then honestly, I forget what happened. We had some way to break the tie, but I can't even remember that.
Oh,
truth
had
be
one
told
more
now.
extra thing.
Is Chuck on the line?
Yeah, I'm here.
Wasn't it?
How did we work that out?
What happened is I turned around. We were having trouble figuring out how to bring it back around. Should there be different rules? Maybe it wasn't right. And you know what I said? I said, you know what? I give it to Seth. And that's the way I put it. So regardless of the vote, I conceded to Seth anyway. See? Honor. Dignity.
That's how it happened.
We need to do it this time like in a New Year's upbeat, like kind of like a coming out party. Like we prepare for a New Year.
Yeah, we're ready.
You know,
ready.
I don't know. We can lay down some, just get something to marinate. Something to marinate on. about the revolution going into a new year. Coming out of we going into another 2021.
Hey, look,
so whatever that brings out.
I got you. It's Uncle's show, so you know what? Because the New Year's Revolution thing is his deal. If he wants this, all he's got to do, I work for him. I'll do whatever he says. So that's the way that rolls.
Yeah.
We can do that.
You like this idea, Uncle?
Yeah, we can do that.
This works with the whole revolution, you think?
It works into the revolution.
It does.
I mean, this is what we could do. We needed something like Seth, somebody to push the buttons. I think he's got the idea.
It's great.
We'll do it this. We'll do what you're saying, Steph.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll do that.
I think your show, Uncle.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Because I was trying to put stuff together, but you just mentioned it. You just put a little more stuff together for me.
Yep.
Saying we can do that too. Yeah.
So
add that to it.
We are going to make this a part of the revolution. The revisiting
the contest that we had. What last
spoken word battle part 2.
Part 2. Because we'll continue doing that.
We will.
Because I think we need to. Because part 1 was sort of a tie, what you say.
Pretty much.
And then he just gave up and gave it to Seb. But still. No.
It was a tie. We gonna label it as a tie.
Was it? All right, then we gotta break the tie.
We have to. There's no way around it.
No way around.
Gotta
You're
do
right.
it.
You're right there, Sidekick. We're going to have to break the tie. So that's what's going to happen this coming year.
On the revolution, as the year changes.
All
right, so I'm Mr. Agreeable on all this. Whatever you guys say, that's what we'll do. And if Seth agrees, we're good. That's that.
I agree.
Cool. All right, you heard it here first, everybody. There's a new aspect to the revolution this year.
Because I sort of that went pretty good.
It was great. It was great.
I was trying to. We were the judges. We were the judges, and we were trying to figure out what would go on.
There was a lot going on that night. Yeah, it was good. And people who haven't heard that episode, they should go back. I don't know what episode number it is off the top of my head, but it's back there in the archives.
It's down there. It's out there.
Check it out.
Just check it out.
Uncle the Podcast. You'll find it.
You'll find it. It was there. I got every single one of them.
It was a real good show. Yeah. People really liked that one.
It was really on there. So.
So yes, Uncle's New Year's Revolution. Now you know what that is, Seth, and now we know that you'll be there, and we're excited about that. It's gonna be good. I'll have to, and we were saying it's not just the radio show; it's also a live stream. So we live stream it through YouTube, and I'll have to come up with some special visuals for the spoken word battle part 2. I'll have to come up with something.
Well,
we'll do that too. We'll get some visuals going for you. That should be exciting.
Do some editing,
some video.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Sidekick, I don't remember you bringing up the phone number this hour either.
I did. I did once.
You did?
Let's do it again.
Okay.
Let's do it again. Anybody wants to call in and talk to Sef the Poet, the number is 319-527-5016. Love to have you call in and join the fun here and talk to Sef. Yeah. Sef, this is live radio. That's crazy, right?
I'm enjoying it. It's a great Friday night. It's a great night for poetry, I would say.
Yes. Yep. This is it's always spoken word, obviously, with the radio show and like the podcasting thing. You always have to speak. You always kind of have to improv stuff. But to bring that like different sort of element where you're like turning it into poetry, that's a new aspect, a new twist on the art for sure. It's a whole different way to do it.
I'm just ready for this battle.
Yeah, you guys, everybody's got to start preparing for this. We all have to go kind of our separate ways and kind of like prepare.
When Rocky's getting ready, he's running up the road. I'm gonna be in my place doing like my instrumental and getting it out, getting my wordplay down, and then I'm just gonna come prepared and have it ready. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be something for the listeners to enjoy. I guarantee that, because it's a different aspect of delivery now. So it's like you never know what you're gonna get. Like I'm working on like kind of trying to change my voice sometimes and different stuff like that. So it's gonna be a different aspect. It's gonna be just stay tuned. Like the listeners, stay tuned, because it's definitely gonna be a treat. I'm honored to be on Uncle Podcast tonight. It's a great night. Enjoying this nice day in Riverside, California right now.
Oh yeah, Riverside. Now, Seth, let's take a moment for Riverside. Let's talk about the Inland Empire, because none of us, you, Uncle, or myself, are originally from here, as listeners probably know. But we've come here. We live here now. This is now our home. Yeah. I mean, what say you about Riverside? Because and the Inland Empire, I mean, it gets maligned by a lot of people. A lot of people out here in California kind of like look down on the Inland Empire. Do you have any commentary on that? Yeah. Or do you have any commentary just on the area here, generally speaking?
I believe it's to me, I would say I love this area because it's a lot of opportunity to get out in the community. I would say, like, Riverside to me is like the community. It's all about the community. Like, a lot of people are involved in, bettering the community and helping kind of like the homeless population. Because I know California has a large homeless population. And to me, I love the Inland Empire because it comes together. It unites, for the betterment of the less fortunate or people who are looking to, better themselves. This area down here, it helps you build, it builds you up. There's a lot of opportunities in the Inland Empire to be a better you, to further your education, to further, job searches. To me, that's just what I got from being down here. And I share a lot in the community, and I share a lot of poetry at different churches. To me, the church community is great. It's a great place to live. There's so much potential in the Inland Empire. I know a lot of, people from LA may look at it different, but, it's a good place to raise families. It's a good place for, like, if someone's single and they're trying to, grow in the things that they're interested in. Inland Empire is a good place to focus at,
Yeah.
For me, I've been living here for almost 15 plus years from Philadelphia.
Got it.
And I believe that I've grown in the things that I've done. Like, I've grown, in the job I'm at, the area I'm at. I'm able to meet new people every day with what I do. So to me, the Inland Empire, it's an opening place to move on to better places in the world. So I would say to me, it's great. It's been the best choice I made was for moving Philadelphia to Riverside, California. So to me, the Inland Empire is great. The nightlife is good. They have, the museums. Downtown Riverside is awesome. If they want to see, history, there's so much history in the city hall, in the areas down there. There's a lot of coffee shops once they open up, to get out and, mingle, meet new people. There's a lot of small businesses in the area right now. There's a lot of them up and coming, that grow. So to me, that's in a nutshell, what I've learned from being here. Like, the sky is the limit in the Inland Empire, So it's a force to be reckoned with, I would say.
I think so too, and I think it is coming up, like you're referring to. It's got a lot of it's in this building phase now, where it's been this sort of like bastard stepchild of LA and Orange County, where it's been getting abused and everybody's talking down on it for all these years. But all the while, there's been all this stuff going on, and the people talking down haven't even paid attention or bothered paying attention. But there's just so much going on here, and people are here, know it, and they see it. And before you know it, I think it's just going to be like this hot spot where everybody just thinks it's like the best place ever. I mean, they realize it is. And it's like, oh man, there's like so much cool stuff there, and I love it. And you'll get people from LA coming out here to spend time because they want to be here now, and they'll forget all about bad-mouthing the place. They won't even remember that they did that. Be like, man, this place is so cool. I've always loved it, they'll probably say, and I'll be like, well, I don't know about that, but yeah, it is cool. I'm glad you like it now. That's the main point. So I'm glad we're all on the same page now, and we're really moving forward here. So that's how I feel about it. I really think that's what's happening here.
I like it because of the weather standpoint.
The weather's good.
The weather it's not sweaty where you can go out. It's sticky, but it's not sweaty.
It's incredibly hot. Let's not be.
Well,
let's,
it is
let's,
incredibly hot.
Like in the summer, it gets very hot.
But you're not as sticky.
It's not sticky hot.
It's not as it is like, say,
it's
where
not Florida.
I come from, Florida.
Mm.
Boy, you stepped outside for a minute, and you're sweating. But here, it's dry heat.
Yeah.
This is what I like.
Well,
the dry heat.
Even in Pennsylvania, in the
it.
summer, like overnight, it's incredibly hot all night long. Here, you've got the sort of like it cools off. Cools off at night.
Yeah, it cools off at night.
It's like the desert. It's semi-arid out here. Right. It's not like it is back east.
Right.
So that is a nice touch.
Yeah, there's no cool off. There's no cool off in Philly.
No.
You go outside and you're sweating 5 seconds after you take a shower.
yeah.
Take yourself a shower and come outdoors and go back into it.
Yeah, that's those East Coast summers. If you know the East Coast summer, you know it, and it's definitely different here. So yeah, and we're getting toward the end of the show, so we better do the shout outs now, I'd say. So Sef, you're the guest. So who you want to shout out to tonight?
I shout out Lighthouse of Hope Foundation. It's in Riverside, California. It's just a foundation that helps the homeless out with food and clothing. So Lighthouse of Hope in Riverside, and it's on Lighthouse of Hope on Facebook. Lighthouse Foundation of Hope. Lighthouse Hope Foundation. That's my shout out. All
right, great shout out, Sef. Thank you, Uncle. Who we shout out to tonight?
Robert Smith wants a shout out. He told me he wanted that, and shout out to the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
He told me to say that, and the regular others, and a special shout out to the passing of
Bear.
Yes. I always have him say a shout out to him because he was sure was a nice man. I sort of miss him.
Yeah, we definitely miss him.
He had something.
He was a part of the revolution last year.
Yeah.
He was on the show. He called into the show then. Yeah. So if you listen to Uncle's New Year's Revolution last year, you listened to Paul Bear Vasquez, also known as the Double Rainbow Guy. So yeah, we miss him. Good guy. Yeah. And I'll just say, let's see here. I got to do a shout out too. So I'll just say shout out generally to the Inland Empire. It's massive. Tons of people living here. Just all the people living out here. And it's crazy how far out just Riverside County alone goes. But if you look at other counties like San Bernardino County, it's massive. So it's a huge area. So much going on. So much natural beauty in the area. It's just mind-blowing. That's one of my favorite aspects to it. It's just the natural wonders in the area that are unlike anything on the entire earth. So, I mean, I'm just want to say I feel lucky to live out here. So, Sef, thank you for being the guest tonight, man. Thank you for coming on the show. How can do you have any websites or the Instagram or how can listeners find you online, or how can they find you anywhere like that?
I'm on Facebook. I have a page on Facebook called Soul Food, so they can check it out. SOULFOOD, Soul Food, and I'm on there as Sef the Poet, SEFPOET, and I'm on Instagram as well, at Sef the Poet, SEFPOET. So you can follow me on Instagram. I put up new videos. I'm working on my first album coming out soon, so I'll be doing like some uploads and everything on that. And I have a YouTube channel as well, Sef the Poet, SEFPOET, Sef the Poet.
Nice.
That's me.
All right, Sef. Thanks for coming on, and we will be seeing you come New Year's Eve. It's gonna be a good time on Uncle's New Year's Revolution this year.
This is gonna be something.
It's
We're gonna be the judge though this year too again.
Oh yeah. We'll have the judges.
It was good, Uncle. It was good chatting with you, Uncle.
You too. Yeah. Nice hearing from you.
Take care there, Sef. Well, I'll be seeing you soon. You know that. So
your sidekick will see you soon.
Later.
All right, there he goes.
Bye.
Sef the Poet. He's always great having him on the show. Happy to have him. And yeah, now we have something to look forward to on New Year's Eve, Uncle.
There's something there. Finally, he put something and put inspect on my show, because I was trying to find something to say to what we can put on, and
well, there you have it.
He put one in.
It just,
so
the show is building itself, Uncle. That's how these things work. That's how we do things. But yeah, we're on social media too. Yeah, we're at Uncle Podcast on Twitter and Instagram, and UncleThePodcast.com. That's about it, Uncle. What else do you have here? You bring the show home.
We have it done with the show. So
that's it.
That's all.
We'll see you all next week, next Friday on Ochelli.com.